was a little on the foggy side, but hopefully it's okay. At least you can't see my grays then. So, Louisa's making dumplings, but we'll go and play with her a little bit because she needs some more time. I've never known a dumpling to finish on time, so I think that's just okay. But Arboga and mood blankets, you have to tell me how you're doing. I'll get those out. I've got my mood in here. I'm having a very productive year so far. A lot more productive than I would have thought I would have been, which means I'm going to have to start ordering some more brown. So I can turn it around, you can see. So get right to it. How's your moodiness going? This is, if you started on January 1st, this is how far I got. Of course, I'm not going with a very wide length, so I'm making it too easy on myself. But if this becomes too long and I like it as a shawl, I will do that. Otherwise, I will make another one starting from the consecutive days and then just sew them together. Okay. Anyway, but this is, I started out with a stress day. Today's actually going to be a productive day for probably, which is pretty impressive for a YouTube day. I'm always stressed at YouTube because we start literally right when I clock out at work. So this is what mine looks like so far. This is the Arboga stitch. Let's see, I couldn't move it down anymore, so we can move it up. The Arboga stitch, I'll show you again one more time what that one looks like as I connect my next row. This is the right side. I'm decided to do typewriter rows. So starting on one end with a new thread, and I'm keeping them there just in case I have to make adjustments because it bugs me if it's not straight here. And then working over to the other side. And same thing here. Although I noticed that my finishing end tends to be a little bit more wavy. And normally I can just tack on a few extras and kind of fix it that way or pick them out. On the start end, I can only pick them out. It's pretty hard to needle bind them back when it's the beginning stitches. But on this end, for those of you who saw last week, you'll see there is, one mistake, one row that does not look like the others because I accidentally picked up on this side and went this way. The whole thing was reversed. But I decided to leave it in because it says, the whole thing is a mood blanket. So it says a little bit about my mood that day. I thought I was productive, but I might have been a little distracted. So anyway, this is the right side. And let's see if I can put this down again. This is the technical wrong side, which I kind of like too. Because if I turn it, the lines are much more clear, which is, I usually like it when it integrates. But the lines are much more clear. But one thing is I kind of like about it is it looks just like you knit vertically, except for the messed up row. But it just looks like all, like you literally color worked every single row with a different color, which would take forever in knitting to do that. But I'm pretty happy with the way it turns out so far. But I noticed I used, okay, so these are my moods, stress for red and all reds. So these are the stress days. I figured it'd be every 7 days for YouTube, but one sick day. This was just a migraine, so not terribly. And one super happy fun day. That's when we were celebrating Jose's birthday. I didn't get anything done, but I had a hell of a lot of fun that day. And then the rest of the days I just went for a productive. So there was nothing really significant about my mood swings that day. I just got a lot done. And if you look really closely, you'll see 3 different browns. But it's just brown. Brown is productive. So I'm just kind of feathering him in so that I don't run out because I don't have too much of that yarn. And this is Alafas Lopi, which is by Eastex Icelandic Wool. It needs more happy days, I know, but it'll be easier when we have more people in the valley, I think. Or maybe a few more sick days. I kind of like the way the green looks in there. But yeah. So, but this is the technical right side, so we'll have that. I could have a few more sick days. And here is just where, nope, this is just fuzz, I think. Or sometimes my yarn just has a color in it. Nah, it's just a piece of fuzz that probably worked its way up there. No zits on my scarf. But anyway, one thing is kind of eye-opening about this mood blanket thing is I can see, I always say I never get anything done. There should be more than one of me, but then I just get in my own way. because I have too much to do and not enough time to do it in. But I see that I've actually been pretty flippin' productive this year so far. So I don't know if it's just because I'm trying to be super impressive on my mood swings that I just need to be productive all the time, or if I actually am. But I have been getting stuff done. So this is good. Lately, I'm going through everything, and we have to. We're still without water in the house, which is kind of fun because it's been cold. So water, it's amazing all the things you need for water. You need in your house, you need to be able to wash with water. You need to be able to shower with water. You need to be able to do your laundry with water. You need to cook with water, of course, and drink with water. And you need to use water in the toilet too. So we're having some issues. I think we're in about almost 2 weeks now without water, but it's going to have some warm weather coming up soon, so that should fix it. But anyway, so we're melting snow to clean with and to dump down the toilet every now and then, but you can't fill it completely because otherwise you have more waters in the pipe and then it could blow, which would not be pretty. So we're washing clothes at work, showering at work. We only work 5 minutes away. Bringing home bottled water from work, cooking with that. And we're boiling snow to use to clean with and for the toilet every now and then. So it's quite fun. We need water for making beer. I know. We need a lot more for making beer. We got a good beer today. We remembered to bring Audra's beer. I'll show it to you. I don't know if you've ever had this happen before, so I had to put it in a bag because I got a little nervous. This beer has been stored for a couple of months now, actually. Maybe almost half a year even, because it's the sacred Audra beer. And every time we were going to drink it, we forgot it at home. So, but it's been laying horizontally in the refrigerator, and there's no leak in the refrigerator. But when I went to take it out, you can see the seal's not even broken. When we went to take it out, it started to leak a little bit here, and I think I might have flipped it a little bit when I was opening it, when I lifted it out, because it was horizontal, so I must have bumped it a bit. But it hasn't leaked, I'm happy to say, in the bag. You can see there was just a little bit of leak. That's where the water color changes there. But there's no beer in the refrigerator, so leakage, so I'm pretty sure it's okay. This is the, is this the Birzici? Anyway, so this is what Karl's going to be having today. It's a disappointing 5 and an 8% only, but he's going to be okay. The poor snob has been drinking 10% lately, and he's a proper Saturday drunk now. So he'll have this one today later. But first needlebinding because I need to kill some time before dumplings get made. Anyway, okay. So Arboga, I will put my stitch on and we'll see it again. How to do it. I have another project started in Arboga. This one is done in the round. Might be even easier to see what I'm doing on this one because it's lighter. This is plant dyed wool. I thought it was onion dye. I know the one in the middle is dyed with coffee. Coffee's a plant, right? So maybe not a Viking plant, but it's looking a little greenish in my screen, but it's a very corn yellow. And I think this one is maybe done with tamarind or something. But I was going through the spice cabinets of spices that sat around too long and didn't get used, like tamarind, so I dyed with it. But I can't remember it, but it's old yarn. It looks like it's super worn out, but it looks really cool when doing. So this was, we were playing with Arboga stitch straight out. Actually, I can show what that looks like first. And the Arboga, if I did F1, you have your first loop there, your second loop there, and your third loop, if you pull it, see, this is the third loop. If I pull it, you can see it moves there. But when I do this stitch, it kind of lines the back loop up that way. So when there's 2 loops behind your thumb there, this is actually the third loop. That's the fourth loop, and we don't want the fourth one. So I take the second one from behind, twist, and pick up the third right to left, if you're right-handed, and then go through the first loop and the yarn, the leader yarn, as if you were doing one of the finished stitches. This is under the turning stitches, but this is Arboga. It's a little tricky at first when you get the 2 stitches down, but after that, everything falls into place. So this was Arboga. But then we thought, what happens if we change up the stitch a little bit and just by connection? So I thought that'd be a fun one to focus on. So what if we did not from F1, but B1, which is back one, like that, and then did the stitch as normal, that way. This is a better example of what could happen, because I decided when I did this little bit of coffee color here and there, it's just a small ball, by the way. This is the ball of the regular yarn, and this is about all the coffee yarn I have. So I have one more of each of these, but it's not the same shade, so I want to use as much of this as I can. But if I start getting too low on this to finish a hat, then I will feather in this one. But you can see there's a color change. It's slightly yellower. So if it starts running out and I need more, and I'm going to have to use this one, instead of having a solid line, I'll probably just do every other row. This is actually, if you noticed, it's a spiral. There are two of them going around each other, and if you look really close, they start with the same color, so it's a little tricky to see. But this is the start of one, and it goes that way. And then the other one starts here, I think, and it goes. And so they go around each other. So this is one row, and then one of them suddenly changes to brown, while the other one keeps going in the regular color and down here. So I thought whenever I hit this color on the needle, then I would only pick it up through the back row, through the back loop on your mic connection, not the front loop. And what it did, it might look better like this because this is how you'd be working it, is it created a little ridge. And I thought about if I did it on this side with the other one, but then that little ridge would be in a different spot. So I wanted it to be like that. So what it kind of does do, that's not too obvious to the eye now, maybe it is for you, but the idea is when I'm done that it'll almost look like the hat just kind of stops there before it goes into another color. And same there, it does this little ridge. There's a couple places where the ridge isn't too obvious, but that's because I'm increasing there. So there you go. The little difference between if you did a B1, you would have this little ridge every row, and F1, no ridge. And the back side, it's not as obvious to the world as to what's going on here, but this is the B1 from the back side, whereas you have all these ridges every row on the with F1. There you can see the spirals a little better. One goes here and one goes here. But I think it'll be kind of fun. So this is going to be my, well, so obviously I've got to do the mood blanket, but the mood blanket's always going to be an Arboga for the whole year because I've decided that's what I'm doing. That's my stitch. I think you guys are nuts that I'm with Osla, but oh my God, they're going to be so beautiful. If you don't know what the Osla stitch is, check it out on Nylock and Todd. But my project for the month then is going to be a hat. And I had so much fun doing this one that I had to get a kickstart on next month's stitch, and you're going to love it. It's really cool. But I decided to do the same thing, by the way. Yep, there you go. January's Arboga, Stitch of the Month. I actually did put a little, I finally used the hashtag on Facebook, or on Instagram. It's not a very well, it's not a very well established hashtag on there, but it doesn't matter. I see somebody did it for crochet, but we'll throw some needle binding at them and compete. But it doesn't matter. It's just a way to follow along. So there you go. This one is this one, and I'm going to do the next one for the next month. I'm also going to do a spiral. Similar situation here. But it's all stash yarn. I didn't get my stash busting finished, so I thought I have to keep using stash yarn. But this one, I'm going to have to order some more brown from Olafos Lopi. And the Lopi that I got, this is also stash yarn. So I've had this for probably at least 5 or 6 years, which means the dye lots aren't going to be exactly the same probably, but if I keep feathering them in, like alternating them a little bit now and then it won't be so obvious to the world when the brown doesn't have the exact same tone match. Whereas if I suddenly started using this one, you'd see it immediately. So that's my plans there. I didn't bring it, but, or I did, but I didn't bring it in here. If we use this blue, because I don't know what this mood is going to be and I haven't done yet. Probably calm and serene, because then I'm never calm. So I probably won't need it too much. But I thought while they're playing, we can try, what would we do if we did Arboga where we cross at the X? To see what that intersection would look like. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the chat, you should definitely check it out. They're talking about doing their mood blanket projects and such, and you can see how everybody else is doing. And Kiwi's got a great picture of Instagram because she kicked it off last year. And she did the Osla stitch. And because she made it look so terrifying and gutsy to do, Rayma decided to do Osla stitch this year. And he's doing so many stitches. By the way, if you do want to start one of these, there's a needlebinding group that Maria Hale started for, I think it's called the Nalbinding mood stitch along, mood blanket stitch along or something like that. Some have decided to do a mood sweater because that's also a huge project. So anyway, if you can find that, you can see what they're doing. And if you want to join, you're not too late just because January 1st has come and gone. You don't have to sit there and remember all your mood swings for the last, since January 1st. You can actually just start. Today's the 20th. So if you want to start today, then you go to next January 20th. So you can do it that way. Then you can still be a part of it. You don't have to do one row per color. You can also do one length of yarn per mood, you know, so maybe you have starts and stops. A lot of people are doing that, which is an easier way to do it as well. And you don't have to go like this. You can turn and go backwards, however you want. Let's see. Raymond says, yeah, I'm not finding much time to do any other Nalbinding projects at the moment. Well, to tell you the truth, I have been so flipping productive lately, as you can see. Cleaning in the house and such, because there's not much else to do there, but I have to go through all my stuff and make room for the rest of my things to arrive and finish moving. But I've been so productive doing that lately that I've been neglecting my one row. So yesterday I had to do 2 days in a row, and I haven't started today's row yet either. So I noticed if I fall behind. So the last 2 days I skipped, I think, a day, and then I had to catch up, and then I skipped a day, and then I had to catch up again. So I'm trying not to do that because I notice if I have to, even though I don't have anywhere near the amount of stitches as Raymond has, I don't want to have to do 2 rows, and then I want to work on other stuff too. So I should just do my 1 row a day and be done with it instead. So anyway, I'll get this one started. I'm going to catch up on chat when Karl and them come here too. So strange day today. Husband's not home. Karin on big screen. Nice to have some company. Oh, that's great, Anne. Anne Moreau in Belgium, by the way. Let's see. Oops, sorry. I keep putting it behind the camera. This is what I mean when the 2 loops go this way. This is your 3rd loop. That's your 4th loop. And if you have the 2 on the thumb anyway. I'll do a little row of this. Let's see. Probably not the best yarn because this is more of that East Tex yarn, by the way, that all the floss slopey. I can show you what it is. It's this yarn. But it's a lopey, which means it's single ply. There's no 2 plies to it. So it's going to get worn out every time. And what I'm making here is just a sample, so I'll pick it out later. But this is Let Lopey. There's one called Olafos Lopey. Sorry, Olafos Lopey is thicker than Let Lopey. And if I was trying to do this stitch in Olafos Lopey, it would be much more dense. So, anyhow. So if let's see. So, has anybody figured out what these fortune cooking dumplings are? We thought maybe because it was Russian, we thought maybe it would be, you know, like nesting dolls, but dumplings. I thought that was a pretty good thought. That every time you open a dumpling, you get another dumpling inside it, another dumpling inside. I don't know. But these are supposed to be fortune-telling dumplings, so I'm excited to see how these are turned out. Apparently, there's something buried in each dumpling, and the dumpling that whatever is inside your dumpling kind of predicts a little bit of your future. We have dumplings in my family growing up because I have a Polish background, a Polish-American background. Great-grandma used to always make dumplings. I've tried to make them. I can't do it. It's just a tub of dough every time I try. But I might need to revisit. So, okay, so there's 1 row. I wonder if, okay, maybe I need to go a little bit bigger just for a sample. So if you know what connecting in the cross is, that's what I'm going to do. It's basically the overlap between the 1st and the 2nd loops on your thumb, or in your connecting row. I'm going to run out of yarn. Let's see. Maybe we'll splice a different color on so it's a bit more obvious. see. Maybe not that blue, it's too, there we go. Great. They're pretty contrasty enough, but light enough to see what's going on. This one looks like it's received a little wear and tear. Oh, I have another thing I started doing this year. Every time I have little ends, like when I make this one, I had 2 little strings in the middle that I could cut off. I've decided to save, see, this one's got a split. It's getting old. It's time to use this yarn. I've decided to save these ends and split them. If they're plied yarn, I'll split them up. Like this one is a plied yarn. So I'll take the end and split it and break it into strands like about that size. This one seems to have a little bit of a split going, but it doesn't matter. And I've been collecting them in a bag. And when the little bag, it's just a tiny Ziploc bag, when that little Ziploc bag gets full, then I card them with the hand carders. And then I'll spin that length with a drop spindle. And I'm going to keep doing that. And the yarn is just this weirdest yarn, different color. There's a little bit of acrylic in it, a little bit of silk in it, a little bit of alpaca, but mostly it's wool. So it should be fine. And then when I'm done with those, with the one single strand, I will ply it so it has a twist and the colors play onto each other. But it'll be interesting to see what all these are. So I've decided we're going to go for a no-waste yarn year. All the little leftover yarns I'm saving to see how that turns out. I think Arna and Carlos have a video as to how they did that with their leftover yarns too. It's not a new concept, but the idea I like. Okay, so we have to ply this one or splice it. We're going for the spit method. Let's see. Forehead. Okay, now if you're going to be historically spit accurate, but you don't want anyone to notice. You can split the two and put the yarn a bit like that, but it's just such a easy to felt yarn, so I'm just going to overlap it. And you do this. And no one will ever know that you spit on your yarn. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so I spit on my yarn. Nobody knew anything. It's a secret. Anyway, so if you want to do your ends of your yarn, that's a little, I mean, I'm not too much into New Year's resolutions because I never remember them anyway, or I give up. They're only good for a couple of weeks. So I've decided to do that with my ends, just start collecting them, and every once in a while when it's just a little Ziploc bag, when it gets full, then it's enough to fill one carder. And then I'll hand card them and just spin that amount. So it's a little bit kind of like the mood stitch blanket. You're just doing a little bit every day or every week. You can never make that type of join, says PJ. I use a wool needle and thread. Yeah, with the stab thing that you could do that as well, and you have like styrofoam underneath it. Or you thread the end through the next strand. You can also do that where you're kind of doing the ends, working the ends into it. Now this one I can do, but you got to have a lot of rage, and especially, this is the one that goes in my project, the end that's pointing this way needs to really be felted well. But lots of rage. Think about all those flipping stitches on Raymond's blanket. And then that'll help. And don't do this. Did you see what I did? Remember, people, I'm an expert. So now it's a really good join, right? It's the wrong end. I'm an expert. I'm just keep saying that. So we're going to discreetly spit one more time. You know, I haven't done that in a long time now. Was pretty proud of myself. Everybody's done that. Everybody has done that at least once. And if you haven't, then you need to join the flippin' club. The I'm Human club. But a trick to not, if you do that a lot anyway, it's really irritating. You put a little knot at the end here. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to pick this out and use the yarn for something else for this shawl. But you can put a little knot at the end, and then you'll know if there's a knot there that obviously that's not the end you should splice to. But I was getting kind of cocky. I haven't done this in such a long time. That's right. See, look at you guys identifying yourselves in the chat for having done this. It's not just me, but I'm an expert. You know, I'm not sure there's any such thing as an expert. I think there's just people who know more than others. That's it. But we're all human in the end. Okay, so back on my thumb, I'll do pulling it past here. You can see I didn't actually felt it too closely here. You can see it's kind of loose there, but this is the end that really counts. And then pull it carefully through. This yarn is really good for needle felt or for spit splicing though, because it really felts easily. But pull it just slowly. It's a little thicker on there. You can actually thin your yarn a bit before splicing it if you're worried about having a big chunk in your wool. I tend to pull that stitch a little tighter when I have that spot. So here it's going to go through. So I will tension it just a little until I get past that part. But always pull that through a little. I mean, don't just yank through like you normally do. Pull it carefully. Just carefully at that point. Now I have one more and then we can join to see what this does. I wanted to have one ahead of time, but I wasn't that good. Oop, I dropped his bottle. I just kicked it, but it didn't leak. Okay. All right, now I'm past that point. So if I want to join, let's see. These are the X's here between these two stitches. See, it makes an X on your needle. And here. Hi, Karl.
No.
Go get your beer glass. I'm starting to threaten it, and Torben, if he doesn't see you drink a beer soon, he's going to go nuts.
I'll see if I can wrest it away from the nervous Russian in the kitchen.
The nervous Russian in the kitchen making dumplings. Yeah, she was afraid she wouldn't be done in time. I said, oh, this is, we got a lot of needle binding when we're doing Stitch of the Month. Okay, let's see. I lost my looping here. Let's twist it a bit. There, so I'm going to just connect on the end through the regular loops just because it's the end loop. And then, of course, I pull my stitches tight so it's a little harder to see. And get the tail out of the way. Okay, now X, just to see what it does, and then I'll just keep doing this while we go on with whatever else we're doing. There's my X, and then we can take a look at it at the end and see what it did. Oh my God, this is hard to turn in the beginning. There is my, yeah, that is the second loop, okay, or third loop. Let's see, and the X is between, see the one I just went through? It's going to be between the next one. So it's actually F1, B1. You go F1 and then B1. So one from the front and the one you just did in is from behind. That makes that X. If you go onto Noy Lockentot's webpage, I think she calls it as an X join, but sometimes it's written F1, B1, unless I'm mixing up something. You ready, Karl? We'll do that join.
Do I look ready?
You found your glass that was still sitting exactly where I told it was last week too, by the way.
Yes, but there is a cutting board in front of it, so I had to use my creative brain to find it.
Oh, there wasn't a cutting board in front of it yesterday. Or last week, I mean.
Yeah, so you might blame the nervous Russian for the cutting board.
Oh, yeah, no, that's this week. That's a different story. But you found it. Did you have to ask her?
No, I found it.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
said it was against the wall. There was a cutting board against the wall, so I thought, maybe behind that.
But how come you couldn't do that last week? You're making me feel smart because I just made myself feel extremely stupid. Okay, let's see what this looks like so far, and then Karl's dying to open that beer. He's been eyeballing it for like months. And then, of course, we were in Celia. It's starting to look like this on the front and on the back. It's got like a dotted line going through it. Okay. And then I have to catch up on chat. I haven't said hi to anybody. Just every once in a while I see a comment every now and then. Whoops. Look it's like watching an American soap opera. My camera is kind of fuzzy. I see it on my computer being fuzzy too, so I think I think I probably should have cleaned the lens, but hey, no, let's go for soap opera mode. There you go. Whoops. It keeps wanting to look at me. How was your day, Karl? Oh, don't you put that on my shawl.
relatively eventless.
Yeah. We had, well, we're low on customers, but we had, was it Visit Sognefjord or Visit Norway that was filming some ads, taking some social media photos for us. That was kind of fun. That was yesterday, I believe. So hopefully we'll see some new one. Eger IPA is the best, says Torben. He's having Eger IPA. Torben is a sucker for Indian Pale Ale. Indian Pale Ale. Did I say Indian Pale Ale? That's something different. What do you think? Is it the Birzici?
It's not Berzici. It's good.
I think it was supposed to be a similar kind, but I don't remember seeing this name. Legenda.
I think this is, I would say a totally different kind. This is a light beer.
Yeah.
Much lighter than the Berzici.
Because it almost looked like Birzici there, like the word, but I mean, it's because I don't speak Lithuanian.
No, that was spelled differently.
5 and
I
8%.
might pronounce it the same for all I know.
I know, it was fun. You learned how to pronounce it. Now you just got to remember how to spell it.
No, but that's not...
Anyway, but it's a big beer bottle. The beer necessities, says Torben. Okay, I got to catch up on chat now. I have... oops, I got my window open and everything. I just have to pop up. We did some pretty Nalbinding heavy start. Let's see. So Raymond's here, Susan's here, Anne is here, Karsten and Doro are here, Susan's here. Oh, I did say Susan's here twice. Heidi Lisette is here. I should say where everybody's coming, by the way. Tove Brian's daughter is here from Kansas. By the way, Heidi is from Norway, Raymond is Australia, Susan is American in Germany, Karsten and Doro are Germany, Amro is Belgian, Kiwi is Norwegian. Tova started her blanket on the January 1st, but then had another project. I know how that goes. Like, when we were looking for the key, you might need to tell that story. We're looking for a key, 4 hours, best cleaning project ever in motivation. I think I made a basket with at least 10 UFOs I'm gonna work on.
Mm-hmm.
Want to tell the key story? Because I'm not having a good week. I should have an idiot mood on there. You want to tell it?
It's the worst thing is that this is the second time something like this has happened.
Yeah, but I don't think it was me the first time. I think that was
Somebody else, yes.
Yeah.
But somebody puts very important key, read car key, in uncommonly used pocket, and then run around like a headless chicken for, in your case,
4 hours.
or maybe closer to 5 hours.
Yeah, I think so. Looking through the newly fallen snow, because I remember getting out of the car and having so much stuff in my hand. So I thought maybe it might have fallen out of my hand. Because usually the key always goes on the table or it's in my pocket, my pants pocket. But I noticed with my other car, for example, if I get something out of the trunk and I have to dig or something first, then I might put the key down and then look for it. And then I forgot that the key is sitting in the back of the trunk. Luckily, the car doesn't lock with the keys inside. But in this, so I thought maybe I must have done the same thing. Looked everywhere, including through all the newly fallen snow with mittens and rakes and everything, trying to find it. It wasn't there.
So in the end, we have to tidy the living room to find it. And when she is trying to mess with my little corner, she leans across the table and feels something unusually rubbing against her stomach.
Not what you think. Not what you think.
It's exactly what you think. It's the car key.
It's what you think. Because I have a little pocket on my tunic. But I had forgotten that I wore the same tunic I did the day before, but I didn't wear the same pants the day before, and it wasn't in my pants pocket, but the day before I didn't have pockets in my pants, so I had to stick it in the tunic pocket, and I'm an idiot. We found a lot of stuff we were looking for, though, for the longest time. We found even more Christmas presents that we bought for a couple of years ago, so we're going to probably not have to buy any presents this year.
Yeah, and before the computer incident, before the key incident, I have two computers. I have one down here and one at home. But I only had one computer mouse because her kids creatively misplaced about half of it.
Yep.
So I was moving it back and forth and kept forgetting it either at home or at work, and it was no fun. But now I have 3 computer mice, so I just have to buy another computer, apparently.
Yep, because we found the missing. We couldn't. I knew we had an extra one, and then I couldn't because I'd misplaced one myself. But then my kids misplaced one. We're looking everywhere. Actually, it might not even be my kids, but because we were running so much back and forth in, first to London, there was one in the suitcase from London. That's what happens when you don't unpack until 4 months later. And then we went to Celja and around that area back and forth so much that it was in one of the bags there. I forgot. So we found the two, not one mouse, but 2 mice for the computer. We found Christmas presents that we forgot to bring people and end up buying new.
And enough lighters to blow up a medium-sized house.
Yes. Karl has a lighter issue. Oh, I keep forgetting my connection. Oops, sorry. I'm so used to connecting the same way that I forgot I'm trying to do a different connection on it. We're doing experimental Nalbinding. Experimental Arboga today. It's looking kind of cool. Okay, I have to get some more here. Lindsay's here in Dallas. It's actually not supposed to get above freezing in Dallas. That's unusual. It doesn't happen too often, I don't think. Well, actually, it's been a little bit more recently. I remember going to Texas and it snowed and everyone freaked out and it was like this much.
Yeah, no, I had the same experience in Naples.
Tova is 2 weeks behind. So what are you doing when you're 2 weeks behind on the mood blanket? Do you just keep track? Like that's what I was doing. Okay, this day was productive, January this, and then January that was that, and then when I start putting them back, I just do the colors. Well, some days you just don't have time to needlebind. Like Fun Day. Fun Day, I didn't have time to needlebind. I had to do that the day after.
Fun Day?
Fun Day! Jose's birthday. This Fun Day. See,
yeah.
I have documented evidence that I sometimes have fun. So this was the Jose's birthday. That was a fun day. So, but didn't have time to needlebind, so I actually did this row the day after. So I had to do these 2 rows on the same day.
Now, if all trips to Äggeres are as cheap as that one, we should probably do that more often.
Yeah. Ägger's the same place that Torben wrote about on his beer, by the way. The same place that makes the beer he likes. What about the meads from Ägger, though? Did we actually try? We bought one.
We have one, yes.
We bought one, but we haven't tried it yet.
Mead is so seriously hit and miss. And in my opinion, most is miss. Sometimes they manage to do it right, but most of the time you have this kind of opaque, yellowy, overly sweet thing that kind of has a bite taste of, I would say, flour.
Yeah, maybe. Except for the ones we got in Denmark, the ones that Maria and Tina Vester and them had at the Needlebindings Festival for us.
Yeah.
Those were really good. I mean, people were like, "Where's more?" We brought it back with us and shared it with the Vikings that were in the village at the time.
They were okay, but that might be because I'm working with the Mirek standard.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Mirek from Poland. He's Tabernacle Jantis. He makes really good mead too.
Yeah, I would say that he is top line.
Yeah.
And if somebody manages to kind of approximate that, then they're okay. And most of the time, it's just overly sweet.
I have a theory. Because the ones from Denmark, for example, those were in glass bottles, and most people have them made in glass bottles. But Mirek has his stored in a wooden cask, a little oak barrel. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I honestly don't think so. I think it is. He uses black currants as berries as additives.
I didn't know that.
Solbær in Norwegian, if I'm using the correct.
Solbær is not blackberries. Blackberry looks like a raspberry. It's Bjørnebær. It's
black currant.
Black currant. Yeah, sorry. Yes. Is that what you said?
Yep.
I'm so smart today.
And that works. With mead, you don't have a kind of a law of purity like you have with Pilsner. So you can pretty much throw whatever you like into it.
Yeah.
And generally, people are not experimental. They just mix honey and water and hope for the best.
Yeah.
But this black currant mead really works. It's really good.
That might have been why the Danish ones were so good too, because they had some with apples and some. I mean, it was different flavored.
I wouldn't say they're quite as good as Mirek, but they were good.
I know the red one just disappeared quickly. Gonzalo's running around. Where's more? Where's more? Jose's like, do you have more? The Spanish were really pleased.
Yeah.
Well, Gonzalo's Argentina, but Spanish-speaking countries were really thrilled with the Danish mead, by the way.
Do you know what we say in the shop when we have something with horrible colors?
What?
A Spanish person is going to buy it sooner or later.
Fiesta. It's fiesta wear.
If you have like cream and deep red hat or whatever, a Spanish person will buy it. It's like they're colorblind, all of them.
Different strokes for different folks. I'm gonna check more chat here. I just ran out of yarn.
It's not birzici, but it's really, really good.
And apparently you can't share it with Runa today because Runa's driving, but maybe he has a taste.
Driving. For Louisa to drink any of it, it would have to be made from free-range yeast.
Okay, I got this one. PJ's here, by the way. James is here. James says, "Hi, Karen. I'm Nalbinding with my foot and thumb and a 2-hole needle and a 2-hole needle making a sweater in blue. How are you needle binding with your foot and thumb? This I gotta see. You know, like some people are born without arms, and then they get like really good at doing their makeup and everything with their toes.
Yeah.
This is the vision I have in my head. Maybe one arm, one thumb. How do you're like you're going around? I need pictures. How do you needle bind? Are you using it around your big toe?
It might be something like that, but I'm guessing
his feet would have to be a lot cleaner than mine. That's for sure.
I'm guessing that he is working on top of his leg like this.
Yeah, but no, he said foot.
So.
I might have to show you a little bit. Is this what you're doing? Needle binding. I like your impression of needle binding. But he said thumb and foot. Not so much aggression, you'll tear your yarn. Okay, I gotta see that, but I'm way behind on chat, so he might have explained it a bit further up. Yep, Raymond says I need more yellow. I told him, but I like the green in there too, so I could have some more sick days too. What do you think?
Don't.
No. I noticed that I chose green for sick day color, and you're extremely green.
Yeah, but how many sick days do I have?
Maybe you're making me sick. No, you don't have any sick days. Neither of us do.
I had 2 last year.
Torben says, and do you need water for making beer? We were talking about we still have a water. Are we like up almost day 14 now? Or how many days have we been without water? It's been more than 10, I think.
I don't remember having water at all after Christmas.
Meanwhile, we do have a guy coming to look at it. It's just that we're away 2 days a week too, so.
Yeah, and
we're mostly here, which is 5 minutes away.
At home for long enough to heat up the house properly. Yeah. And that rarely happens because, if this was a normal workday, we would be home now. But this is not a normal workday, and we also have Russian dumplings to attend to. So we just have to go home sometime in the evening to defrost the cats.
Yeah. PJ writes, onion makes a lovely color. It sure does. And that's why I'm wondering if I used onion peels for this, because this would be the colors I'd get with onion peel. If I left it cook a little too long, it starts going a little greenish, but I think that's what it was. They say onion peel isn't, I mean, you can color with it, but they say that it's not very light sensitive, or it's not very light sensitive, or is too light sensitive, because apparently it can fade a lot faster than other plant dyes. But if you're like Karl, it's just going to get dirty anyway. So if you have the hat everywhere. No.
Yeah, no, when you use your clothes and you...
Yeah. We don't have any light in the winter time, though, in here. So maybe that...
Oh, we have light.
We don't have snow, or direct sunlight, I mean.
No, we don't have sunlight.
Yeah, because in direct sunlight, it would fade faster.
You know what Holger did the last 2 weeks he was here?
What?
He made torches.
Yeah.
The Holger torches...
those were cool, yeah.
They work... they burn brightly, but they have a life expectancy of about 20 minutes to half an hour. So if you're using them for an event, you have to kind of time it perfectly. But they're really great when they are enthusiastically burning.
Yeah.
And then you have all the Roger street lights in the village. And with Holger lights in the Roger street lights, the village is pretty bright.
No, they worked really, really well. They were just a lot of snap. They were kind of noisy, but it was like a cozy noise. It was like listening to a fire crackle.
Yeah.
So I liked that. Let's see. Torben said he just ordered a new Lego set because of response. Which one did you get? I know he was putting together a Star Wars one last week. I got pictures. That's what we have to see. We gotta get Greg back on here to have the Lego conversation because Greg has been missing for so long that I don't know which Legos he has. Because he's only here during the daytime, so he's gone.
The answer to that is
he's gone at social
more.
o'clock. Huh?
The answer to that is more.
Yeah, that's probably
Whenever
true.
you haven't seen Greg for a while, he has more Legos than he had.
That's why he's been missing. He's going home at 2 o'clock because he can go play with his Legos.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, today he's snowed in.
This is
Yeah.
very summerly, but
Yeah. Well, you were supposed to have it in the summer. We just didn't get around to it.
yeah, maybe we should just start. No matter what, even if it is a Christmas episode or whatever, if we have outdoor bear, it's an outdoor episode.
Well, yeah, but you got to have it on YouTube because if Outer brought you beer, then you're gonna at least have it on YouTube.
This thing has been in our refrigerator for about a year.
No, she brought it in the summer. You pessimistic person. Maybe half a year.
7 months. Who's counting?
Not at the beginning.
But it's annoying to have something in the refrigerator, and every time I'm looking for a bear, I'm going, oh, that one. No, fuck YouTube. And then it turns out that YouTube episode is about the sardines of the Caribbean. So I can't have it on that YouTube episode.
Because that's really Viking. Well, the sardines maybe, but...
I'm just pulling things out of my butt, but there is always a theme or something for the YouTube that prevents me from drinking
And if somebody from YouTube gave you a beer, then you are going to drink it on YouTube so they can see you enjoy it. That's my rule.
Let's not say that's a universal rule. Because
it's better than the beer I'm getting you.
Some of you fuckers might be putting lemons in them.
No. They got it for you to see. You have to witness. You have to see. You can't fake it and say you like it when you don't, and the other way around.
No, I don't. I never do. You know me.
No. Drinks until his hat falls off on Saturdays. Okay.
This hat doesn't fall off.
No, that one I made. I love that yarn. This is vintage wool. I did, when we were cleaning, I found one more skein of this, but it is a different color, and it's not enough to make a whole hat.
It's like a head condom. I could be standing on my head and it wouldn't fall off.
Do I know how to make them or what? No, but this was such a pretty wool, and it was such a nice... But I can't get any more of it. I don't even know what it was, because it was... I found it at a second-hand store.
For the last couple of days, Karin comes up to me when I'm busy doing something else and holds up a little piece of skin and goes, would this work for your hat? And then she starts arguing.
A little piece of skin?
Yes, like the fox skin, the short
a piece of leather or hide, not skin. It sounds so gross.
Skin with hair on it.
Fur. A piece of fur.
She comes with a piece of fur, and then she says, does this work on your hat? And then she starts arguing with herself until she decides it won't work on my hat, and then she walks away. And I'm just sitting there confused.
I'm using him as a bouncing board for ideas. I just need to... until I agree with myself. Okay, you're just helping me with my thought process. Let's see. Oh, Kiwi's starting getting her sewing room set up too. She has just ordered 2 linen fabrics to make new Viking dresses. Oh, we found even more. We might
be getting close to dumpling time.
Yep, go and see how she's doing. I'll keep catching up here on chat. While I'm knitting on this one here, but not knitting, but needlebinding. We found a lot of fabric too, actually when cleaning, so more fabric than I was aware I had. I used to have a leather couch. I have so many bright ideas and not enough space for these things. I used to have a leather couch, big corner couch, but it was going to hell. It was losing shape. Everything I was secondhand, and it was now like fourth hand. So when I went to get rid of it, I decided to cut out all the leather on it and keep it. And I found I've got all this black leather, and I don't know what to do with it. But I did have an idea that maybe I used it to line my Viking coat out of wool, and not line it, but just do around the edge. And it was a nice finished edge that was not so super thick when you fold it over. So that was fun to try. So maybe I'll do something like that. Lucas is here, by the way. I haven't seen you in a while. Or actually, he's been here a while, but maybe not live or just quiet. So welcome back, Lucas. When are you going to come to... he's from Sweden. So when are you going to come to Norway? We have a Swedish guide, Isak. How's she doing in there?
I think you have to go a little bit over time. She says 10 minutes now.
All right. The dumplings, if you need dumplings, you're going to have to deal with a little over an hour. Okay. Let's see. Kiwi said it was fun to work.
She has roped Rune into helping her. So.
Oh, yeah. So, no, she's stressed. Your brother is cooking, Heidi. Q said it was fun to work on the mood blanket, but I must say I'm glad it's done. I can focus on other projects this year. And she had how many stitches did you have? And then, of course, again, the Osla stitch, which is one of these months we're going to have to do Osla. And then Raymond and Kiwi will feel like a pro. But it's a really cool stitch, so you have to try. But it's a little bit tricky to do. It's not for the faint of heart, and you do like a lot of work, and it only advances like this much. So I did miss you earlier, Lucas. So you have to come. You have to come back anyway, though. We got a Swedish guy guiding, and you can test him. Isak is from Sweden. He was up in Lofoten for a while, but I forget where in Sweden he's from. Let's see. The picture keeps freezing on for PJ, and she's refreshed. So hopefully it got fixed.
Big cities, isn't it? For Göteborg or Stockholm or something.
Sorry, what? What?
Isak.
Isak.
Swedish guy is from one of the big cities in Sweden, isn't he?
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe, yeah. Let's see. Kiwi said she never does a year-long project. It'll probably do one length of yarn each day instead of a whole row. Yeah, I was afraid of that because I know in the summertime I have no time to breathe, so that's why mine is
I have to say,
this long for now. It'll either be a shawl or it'll be a panel.
This is only 5.8%, so I'm not going to go completely off the handle, but
no.
It.
Remember, you got to taste the dumplings, and it shouldn't taste like beer.
Mm. I'm the only one drinking today, right?
Yeah, you might want to give Rune a little taste, but he's driving, so he can't have more than a taste.
Yeah, no, that will do for him.
Okay, let's see. And then Raymond laughs and says, "Now you tell me about all the distance." PJ said a fair has been at a writing fair at the past few days. A scene involving a baby dragon and an anti-hero who's just tried to kill it. But things went a bit not as planned, and now the dragon likes him. Oh, this sounds kind of fun. I would read that. Samantha Harris here from Missouri, 7 degrees where she's at. Nalbinding mittens lately for this cold. Good to have. You need mittens. Karl, would you like to explain what happened to your fingers? They're not looking as warm as they usually do.
My mittens were left in a hotel in Sogndal.
Yep.
And because they look like something a hobo would wear, they probably threw them away. We asked them if they had taken them into Lost and Found or whatever. Yeah. And I also pointed out that, oh no, this is not knitting. This is a particular technique called needlebinding.
Yes, and you have one finger that was falling apart, but I can repair that by making a new tube and putting it back on.
But we haven't got any response from the hotels. I'm strongly suspect.
But we're supposed to drive by there again on Monday or through Sogndal so we can ask and see if they found it.
I would say this is a big offense, but it's not worth a drive-by shooting.
I don't know. You're not the one who needlebound them. I've only made one of those, and it's on the tutorial, and it's you, and you're the only one that's got them. So let's see. Raymond, I was going to say, Raymond said it's going to end up with an awesome blanket, though. And he did it, because Kiwi's blanket, a lot of work, but oh my God, is it gorgeous, too.
But when I'm guiding, I'm waving my hands around a lot. Mm. So without gloves, even though it isn't as cold now as it was earlier, it is still pretty painful to guide without gloves.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I can't wear mittens either, because then I can't operate my weapons or any other objects. It's like...
I might not... that's not the X. Okay, forget it. I was saying I was needlebinding in the X, but that's not the X. I would... Maybe it is. No, crap if I know. That's not the X. I'm going to have to check the X again. But it is F1, B1. Front one, back one was the connection I'll do. I'll show it again real quick. Yeah. This is my leftover yarns. The little yarn bits that I have, I kind of loosened them up so that it's just like one ply, and I'll card them and make and spin them and turn them into some leftover yarn. And PJ was asking if I was going to card them. Yeah, I will card these before I spin. Some of them are more tightly plied or spun than others, and they need a lot of carding.
Your ex is Morten. I don't know if he's tightly spun or not.
Oh, he is definitely tightly spun. He couldn't handle me. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I might be connected. I was calling this the X, but it is definitely F1. B1. That's how I was connecting, and it makes a bit of an X on the needle, but I don't think that's actually the X now. The more I think about it, I think this is the X, which is a little lower, because that makes an X on my needle. Whereas this one tends to make a little bit more of a V, depending on how you hold it. So I will check X for next week, because we have one more week in January at least. I think this is the X. So my connection is F1, B1 for sure. So we're trying the same stitch, just doing F1, B1. It's Arboga, just to see how you can make the same stitch look differently. You get lots of different looks from the... So this is 3 rows now. This is, if you look at the plain yellow part, this is regular Arboga. And this is just F1 connection, but this is front one, back one, F1, B1. That I was connecting to see how you can make the same stitch look different. This one looks a little closer to Dollern, actually. It does have these long poles in between, like that. But on the other side, it might be more significant. This is the other side of Arboga. How do you do F1, B1? I will show you again. Let's see. But look there, though. There's a difference on the back side. Because you can see on the bottom of this one, the color doesn't change. But here you've got these little dotted lines. It looks like a running stitch that goes above and below. So the back side of this could be quite fun. But yeah, to do F1, B1 connection. Okay, that's why I'm using 2 colors. So you can see this is the loop I was just in. So that's my old loop. This is my next loop. So if you take one from the front, just like if you were going to do F1 and then you have F2. F2 is one from the front and then the next one from the front. But because we're going F1, the B1 is behind there. So you go front one for the next loop that you were going to do, but the old loop you go from behind, and then you bind the rest of your stitch finished. And that's the F1, B1 connection. If we were going to do this one we showed earlier too, you can see there's like a little ridge at the top here of the brown row. There's like a little ridge here that shows it better here. This is what happens when I connected the brown row with the B1, not F1. And what it does is it kind of raises this yellow section up a bit. So B1 is not the old loop, by the way. The B1 is the next loop, but just from behind, and that's it. So there you go. So I'm going to have to check the X because it doesn't look like it does look like the X, but it's not the X. The X I think is down here. Yeah, you're going to try it, Runa. You ready?
No, I'm not drinking beer.
No, I didn't know if you wanted to taste.
Drinking beer. It's pretty good. It's like summerly.
See, Runa's here.
You want a little taste?
Yeah, I can taste.
Let's see what you think. Audra is testing you.
Legenda.
Legenda is what I read too. I suppose it means the legend. Look at him just chugging a lug over there. No, it's a small taste.
Wow.
Did you like that one?
Not bad.
Yeah, it was a lighter one, he said.
Easy drinkable.
It kind of, it's summerly, and it kind of has a taste of grain or corn.
Mm.
But is it just me, or when somebody says Arboga, as in Arboga stitch,
Yeah, because the find was from Arboga.
every word has kind of a mental image attached to it.
Yeah.
And what I see when somebody says Arboga is a very fat Swedish person barbecuing.
Why?
I don't know.
See that?
This
Because
is-
Arboga's a Swedish city, or
Is it Arboga?
yeah,
It
Arboga. You're
Yeah.
probably saying it right, and I'm saying it wrong. How do you say it again?
Arboga.
Arboga. So
Yeah.
I have to say it like
Not
I'm from
Arboga.
Oslo. Arboga.
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 Maybe.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled actually, just like that.
Yeah.
But it's a city name. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Anne says she's making a row a day on her mood blanket. I made a row a day in one color and will buy one color more. Momming on the thumb, so little holes on it. I will put some fabric on the one side and then sew the blanket with my happy colors. Oh, I like that. There's a technique you can do in knitting, by the way. If you're doing all this wonderful work and you don't want to go back, but you find out you have too much of a gap between the stitch. There's a knitting technique where you actually do a yarn over every other stitch. So you like knit one, yarn over, knit one, yarn over, knit one, and yarn over. And all these little yarn overs, if you know what that is, it makes a hole. So you're intentionally putting a hole in your work. It's more common with lace work. But then you take another thread, yarn, different color, and you go back and you weave the colored yarn through the holes. and it makes a really cool little technique. So you could actually do that on purpose. If you have too many holes and you want to fix it, you could weave it back in and out. So I wonder, that's kind of maybe what she was thinking with the happy color. Wow, I'm really far behind on chat. Let's see. And of course they're all associating with me attaching the yarn to the wrong end. Did I catch up on chat? No, I got a lot more chat here. Robin is here, by the way. I haven't seen him in a while too. Robin, you got to come back. He's enjoying some JD and Coke today. He's hitting the good stuff. Jack Daniels, it's not beer.
And Coke is in Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Robin, you got some splaining to do. I got this big beer here. So Robin, we hope to see you this summer too. There's going to be a lot of people. There's a bunch of fighters coming in June, for example. So you bring weapons, kill. Albert is here. He's having Grans Bara Earl här. I heard that one actually is pretty good for the bara. It's called bara, which means like only or simple or like it's just like a generic beer, but I heard it was actually not bad.
Well, not bad is not the same as being Lithuanian.
Yep, Nolvia is here too. She's also noticed that the soft focus glamour today. That's right. We're from the 80s, from the soap opera series. I think because you can see the lens is really here, but as soon as I turn my lens this way, it's nice and clear. So I clearly did not clean my camera. So, yep, that's right. This is a glamour shot today. We're having glamour YouTube. We just need like a boa of feathers, and it's like those 80 glamorous photos that everybody had to. And you have to like grab your collars like this. If you're old as me, you know what that is. Let's see. Did I catch up or did I just scram too far? Oh, Dria's here as well. Good to catch up. She's got to get back to work now, but it's good to see. Garcia was here as well. Says maybe make a bag with the leather, all the black leather from that couch. Yeah, that's something I was wondering about doing that. Remember, no, you were in another world yesterday listening to audiobooks.
No, I remember you waving around black leather.
Because it was a corner couch that had gone to shit and I replaced it. But because it was going to go to the dump, I took all the leather off and bagged it.
But was it a free range couch?
Yeah.
Was it a happy couch?
It was a dyed couch. It was dyed black. I remember giving some to Greg. I don't know what he did with it. Okay, so James says about the foot and the toe technique with a long foot and thumb with a long piece of string with a slip knot before you cast on the number of stitches, and then you pull the yarn a little bit up to keep them tight. Is that where the foot thing comes in? I have to see that one. Okay, nope, you have to do a video. It has to be Ghostbusters car, says Drea. I gotta see that. She said it's -5 in my hometown of Duluth, where she lives, and they have a heater above their heads, like at the drive-through window. So maybe it's a Ghostbusters car. I did skip a little too fast here. The words "too sweet" do not compute when it comes to mead. Go home and defrost the cats. Yeah, we have to do that every now and then. Torben says, usually mead is not worth it. Too sweet, like the drinking perfume mixed with sugar. And that's where PJ begs to differ.
Yeah.
Let's see. She also said, PJ also said opaque, yellow, oversweet. That's that kind of what makes it gorgeous. Some of the homemade mead have almost like been like syrups. Oh, I can imagine that's really good.
But the funny thing is that the one that does this right is not really a mead maker. He is a carpenter. He does every kind of woodcraft. Mirek, Polish guy.
Homemade is the best, they've been saying. Yeah. And yeah, PJ's from England. The other thing was, too, I thought this was kind of funny in there. Raymond says, this video was almost not safe for kids for a moment there, Karin. And Anne Rose says, is it ever safe for kids?
No. Kids should be, probably not.
No. I think...
Needlebinding, not until you're 18.
Oh, and Max is here, ran in late. Max, lots of needlebinding today. Still playing with Arboga stitch, and I've already picked out the next stitch for February, so I can't wait. We'll have a project all done and ready to show for it. So I made a hat out of it, and that stitch took a while, but it was worth it because I had to use thin yarn. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm wondering if we should go and disturb the dumplings. Were they ready to go, or
Well, she said 10 minutes, like 20 minutes ago, so I would assume.
Should we go in and see? We have to go and check out the dumplings because we are at minute 65, which means we're 5 minutes over.
I gave her a chance. I'm taking the rest off.
No, he's driving. He can't drink it, so drink it up.
Whoop.
Oh, that's what we uncovered, by the way. I was going to say, if you spill on that tunic, with sound effects, I might have to kill you. But no, that's something you're stripping on your gambeson. We found a tunic. I was making myself a tunic about 2 years ago out of some other hand spun blanket that got shrunk or something. I don't know. It was a tablecloth or something. Usually it's a tablecloth, that not hand spun but woven. And then somebody shrinks it or spills coffee out on whatever. It ends up in a second store, and people like me pick it up and make stuff with them. And that's what I did with Karl's tunic, is one of those projects.
Yeah, you found more of that fabric. Right?
Yeah, I did. But not only that, I was trying to make myself a tunic out of it. This one has like Pendleton blanket stripes in it, but it's only one color. But if you know what that means anyway, there's like 3 or 4 rows of stripes. It's kind of almost at the bottom or on the ends of the blanket. You were spilling beer everywhere. You smell authentically like a Viking now. Anyway, but I didn't like the way it was fit on me, and so back in the bag it went.
I don't think the Norwegian Vikings normally smell this Lithuanian, but the Swedish ones probably.
5.8 is clearly working. Anyway, but the tunic, I put it on.
Woman.
So I made him this tunic, and I modeled it after his other one, and I thought, my God, it's huge. You're gonna look like Jesus in it. It turns out it works really well. Yes, you can do the Instagram pose. Instagram post. This is the tunic that I made anyway, but the one I was making for myself turns out to be just as oversized. There we go. Instagram pose. How about following yourself around? There we go. No, but it turns out it fits my model here. So, yes, it's way too big on him, but when he puts the belt on, it's nice and warm. It's a nice thick wool, so he is going to get that tunic, which means all I have to do is shorten the sleeves a little bit, even out the sides because the gores on the sides are a little bit longer than the rest of the tunic, and then put some facing on it, and it's all done. There's not much left to do. So that was like a really cool find. What percent? It was 5.8 people. That's right. He's a lightweight. Okay, ready? Let's go find dumplings.
5.8, but it's a liter of it.
Hat's off. Did you notice? The condom hat is not on his head. He didn't say it could come off, but it did. Okay, are you ready in there? Are you ready in there? We're ready for dumplings. Oh yeah, no. Did you hear that? Isak says they've been waiting forever.
But don't show anyone what I'm using for.
Oh no, you're in the Freeman room. You have to use what you can find.
Cheese slicer is the best invention for everything.
Yep, cheese slicer works.
I took the dumplings out of water with this, then I used this but it's okay.
Oh my gosh, and you didn't think that was going to be enough food. It's massive.
I don't think it's enough.
I got 21 people hanging on for this one, so this is good. This is Louisa, by the way. Louisa is our dumpling maker.
Yes.
Isak, are you visual today or are you hiding?
I'm visual.
He's a pop star.
Yep, Isak's a pop star, so there you go, Lucas, the other Swede. And Runa's over in the corner, if you remember. By the way, they said hi, Runa.
Hello.
Yep. Okay, we're going to just examine what you're doing here while I catch up more.
I will show him the table.
Influencer Karl. Karl was doing Instagram poses. Wow. Karl, is there any snow out there? He had to clear the snow with the door.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Usually the snow doesn't stick very long in Gudvangen, but it's been here for months. But we had a lot of it. I don't know if you can see it properly.
I don't know if it's good. I don't know anything.
This is the largest amount of snow I've seen in Gudvangen.
Yeah, this is the largest I've seen in Gudvangen. Look at the amount on the table there.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
How much will it cost?
It doesn't. Karl, go show us how deep the snow is on the table.
We're fine.
I just want him to get cold. No! It's like a Karl impression on the table. Karl, face planted into the snow on the table. I asked him to show me how deep it was. I'm thinking he was gonna do it like this, but no, he just goes.
Is this Lithuanian beer?
Yeah, it's Lithuanian beer. That's why he's like this.
Okay, where do you sit?
Oh, we can sit wherever.
Okay.
I'm showing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Look how good. And so these are going to be fortune-telling dumplings.
Yes, sir.
You have to tell us the history behind the fortune-telling dumplings.
So,
When Karl comes, when everyone is sitting down.
Okay, well, yeah, no, we don't have to eat it yet. She just has to explain the background behind it. Okay.
First.
Oh, but it smell the roasted onions on top too. Num num num.
Nom, nom, nom.
Are you sitting there? I'll sit. Karl can sit over there by Runa because he's a puddle right now. Jesus, Karl. You're looking a little authentic.
Very welcome.
No, I might be a little bit drunk, but that's the consequence of getting this.
Okay.
This is true.
I didn't put
Hungry. Everybody's hungry now. I hear they're liking this. That's Thorn's latest crush. That's right, Louisa. You are Thorn's latest crush. Do you remember the little boy? Oops, I can turn. We're looking at Runa. The little boy that was coming to visit the day we were off. Say hi, Thorn.
Hi, Thorn.
There's kids watching this, even though we tell them not to.
Are they impressed by Karl?
Huh?
Are they impressed by Karl?
Everybody, I don't know if they're impressed or just feeling bad for him.
I don't think the best impulse for kids is to go and try to get as much Lithuanian beer as humanly possible.
Yeah. No. Or well. Okay, let's see. We'll catch up a little bit more here.
Like a big spoon, like a bigger than a normal.
In one of
Should be
those
there
two
in the
drawers, there
bottom
might
one.
be either that one or the one below.
Wait until you're 18 and then you go to Lithuania.
Wait until you're 18 and then you can go to Lithuania, says Karl, or to Thorn.
That's not a good fortune telling.
Robin called you an influencer, Karl.
Isn't there a wooden spoon there? Take the wooden spoon behind you.
I don't see it.
It was a really big ladle. Okay, Karl, Runa,
Yeah.
smile and entertain. I'm gonna go look for a ladle.
Oh, thank you.
Lidl.
A ladle. Yeah, there was this really big one back here.
I'm pretty sure we have one.
But not the plastic one.
No, you don't. No, you need wood. Well, then we got this one. But
No, that's small.
what if you do?
Yeah, so this is the Freeman room. If you come here as a volunteer, this is where you will be hanging around when you're not in the village.
Bim, 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 bim.
Oh, I got the authentic one.
Yes, we have. No, we have whoever we are.
This is quite a cool spatula that somebody made.
Yeah, Karin is fascinated by kitchen equipment, so
No, but it's a cool spatula that we found in there that someone made.
Yeah,
I don't think we should have that in the drawer. It'll get broken. But we'll put it up on the shelf with the other wooden stuff. But it's quite cool. You can see the grain in it and everything. Woodworker hero. He agrees with me.
is that a piece of wood that grew like that, or is it bent by heating it?
How would
I
you
think
make
it's
that?
bent by heating. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can do it.
I thought you had to carve it like that.
Boil it and then you can put it in the pressure.
Yeah.
And then it stays like this when it dries.
Oh, that's like what you were doing to the stuff that you're that you're making for
Oh,
Karl.
that's a very thick one.
Oh,
Wow.
did you get set there, Roma?
Huh?
Did you get you got set there, Roma? That one is a bit thicker. Good. So sour cream is Roma.
I'm showing you.
Yeah, it's wet
Beautiful.
outside.
I told her to
Oh,
get.
I thought it was like the design on it looked like a penis.
And he wrote it so everyone can see it.
Oh no, that's
I
okay.
told her to get the setarama because people who want to lose weight shouldn't be eating this to begin with. So
No. Yeah, what's the difference between it's sour cream? What's the difference between Sätteruma and Lätteruma?
fat.
There you go. Sorry, it's that one. Okay, you
Okay,
have
let's
to
see.
show. I have to watch you serve here. Oops, there we go.
No, I'm not going to serve anything, but I can tell about this.
Okay, then I turn it so they can hear you.
In Russia, like in the periods between like Christmas and New Year,
Yeah.
we have this tradition, and it's like allowed by church, like to make fortune telling and all the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's according to old calendar. So now this time is already not like valid for doing this because
Oh, we were a week late. We had to
there
date wrong.
is no magic in it anymore. But still, you can get something, and if you get, for example, how it's called, yarn,
Yeah.
that will mean like a road.
Yeah.
So you go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yarn.
Travel, yeah.
Yeah, like a travel. Then if you get some money, everyone knows what it means. Sugar, like a sweet life, something nice,
Yeah.
cute. Pepper, it's like something hot in life. I mean,
Yeah.
not
Not like Karl?
No.
Hot like that one?
What are you not? Am I not hot?
No, you look a little cold. Okay.
Yeah, so like some emotions, like blah blah, and then we have something that I don't want to tell. I mean,
No.
like you can understand it
Yeah.
easily. And then it's also what's
Rosin.
Yeah, what's it?
Raisins.
Yeah, that's for babies.
No raisins, Karl. No raisins. Oh, I have twins. It's enough. I got 2 raisins.
I would be very surprised if anything develops in that direction, but
No, I'm 51. Okay. All right, let's see what you got here. They said, PJ says it looks delicious. She loves fried onions. Raymond said, they're getting hearts over there too. Raymond says, oh yeah, Kiwi had to go. It's dessert time for her, but she can catch up afterwards too. Torben says, yeah, impressed. But that was with you, I think, doing a dive. Polska pierogi says, your sister. That's what I was thinking too. It's a little bit like pierogi. Okay.
Yeah, that's either pierogi or vareniki in like south of Russia or like Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is mostly like Ukrainian tradition actually, or like south of Russia.
But you can't serve it because you'd be terminating our fortune. Isak,
No, actually everyone.
or can you? I mean, does he have to serve? Is he responsible for his own fortune, or can you?
Everyone can put food.
So if Karl gets impregnated, it's his own decision. Okay, Isak, let's see what you get.
Yeah.
Take.
Take.
How many do we take? We eat once and then share
How much
with
fortune do you
everyone, or-
need, I guess?
No, as
It's
much
not,
as you
it's
want.
not fortunes in every of these.
Yeah, so-
dumplings.
Okay, so a
So
few.
that's
Just a
like-
few of them has.
It's your destiny. It's
Okay.
like dumpling choose you. So.
Uh-huh.
So you might have to eat some dumplings before you get the
Yeah,
fortune.
well, that's a good problem.
Aren't you glad you're not sick anymore?
Very nice. So yeah, Louisa, you were worried that this was not going to be enough. Are you
I
still?
think it's not enough.
No, I think it's more than enough.
I think
Yeah,
it's more
no,
than
this
enough.
will
I
be
mean,
good.
in Russia, everyone eat 10 of those. So
Yeah?
I don't
Okay.
know.
You can see what they look like
I
on
will
his plate
start
there.
with these.
And sour cream is
Yes.
mandatory.
This is the really fatty one, said Karl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the best one.
Yeah, it usually has best flavor.
Nice. Anyone needs knives?
No.
No?
I think we're okay. All right,
Runa,
Runa,
you
let's
need
see what
to-
you get. Whoops, sorry, my gimbal is there. We're in spot.
No rings. Oh,
You don't want him to get the ring? You want to do Oh, heldig docka, namn says Heidi.
already married. So if they're going to marry some more people,
no,
that's...
no.
Give them the raisins.
Yes, please. Take it.
Okay, so your sister-in-law says, you guys are so lucky, num num num. So apparently you have to make this for Heidi too.
Oh, it's Heidi.
It's Heidi, Lisa, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
How to say this past birthday?
Gratulerar med dagen som var.
Gratulerar med dagen som var.
Med dagen som var.
Gratulerar med dagen som var, Heidi. That means Heidi had a birthday recently. Okay, Karl,
Don't
Choose
eat.
your few-
We wait for everyone.
yeah, if you get the raisin. How many raisins did you put in here? I'm a little curious to what the winter looks like.
No, we don't say it.
No.
I'm not gonna say, it's all secret.
You take a little bit sour cream. You don't want it all? No.
Oh, you don't like it? No.
What'd you make the dumplings with? Are they potato or flour or?
Huh?
What kind of dumplings are they? Are they made with potato or flour or what did you use?
This one is potato. Like normally people also can use cottage cheese.
With cottage cheese,
or
yeah.
cherries, like the sweet one.
Okay, cherries.
Yeah, but potato I think is the most like and cabbage.
And cabbage, yeah. Raymond says, don't go near a horse with the and eat the raisins. You might end up with Schleipnir. And Heidi says, Tusen tack or tuck tuck.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have to determine my future here. Let's see. How many of these chances do I need for a raisin? Oh, I don't want any more raisins. Okay, wait, whoops. What if my fortune's running away from me?
No, take it. If you feel that it's yours, take it.
I'm gonna grip the crap out of it. There we go. Okay. Your turn. Let's gotta see. You gotta have some fortune too over there. You can have the raisins. Are you hoping for raisins, Heidi?
Okay, 2.
Put some sour cream on it too. Yeah.
This one is definitely without anything. In Russia, yeah, like actually my brother, I think he took like a fork and started to check everything.
Did it? That's
Everyone's
cheating. That's like
cheating.
looking
Yeah.
for the almond
No, I
on
think
the
actually I'm fine.
in the gurt in the.
Yeah.
If you have your porridge or whatever it's called, is it? What is sour cream porridge?
Yeah.
And one of them
Yeah.
has an almond in it, a peeled almond, and if you get the almond, that
Yeah.
means you get a present.
The sour cream porridge is, I would say,
Exactly.
the only really good Norwegian
It's really
traditional
good.
food.
They look really beautiful.
Let's see, we have to put it back for the serving and see who gets what. All right. Let's see if I'm catching up here. I'm keeping up on chat. Yeah, you can start.
Woo! Okay, good luck everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright.
Go for an end here.
Interesting. I'm wondering if everyone got with like nothing now and the whole surprises are still here.
It could be. It tastes very good. How do you say tasty in Russian?
Oh. Actually,
Is that a
it's quite
raisin?
good. No, show me.
Did I get a raisin?
No, show me. No way.
Did I get the raisin?
Yeah, try it. How it's possible?
What if I broke my raisin in half?
You were the one who didn't want it most.
No,
Hey,
I
I
don't
got
want the
something in
raisin.
mind.
No, what if I eat this? Does this mean I'm gonna be?
The mine seems like it has potatoes in it,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
probably means that I'm going to bang a Polish
Oh,
girl.
money.
Money,
Oh,
money,
how
money,
is
money,
the
money.
raisin?
Is it raisin? How is possible? She didn't
Wow.
want it
Let's
so
see.
much.
Someone is getting rich this
There's a
year.
coin in
And
there.
which one? I put it different, so
That's because you're no longer sick.
Yeah.
You're making
You
money
can
again.
make- Yeah, it might be like the big one.
Nope, it's definitely a raisin here. That's it, folks. I'm pregnant. It was nice knowing you. It's Cecilia and Alex. If you're watching, I'm so
And
sorry.
it's crazy. Like I put it. It's maybe 1 or 2, and then like it's a whole bunch like of without anything. And
Is
then
that a
she
raisin
got
in
like-
yours? Oh, I got a raisin! This doesn't mean that Rune and I are getting pregnant together, are we? Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Good.
A good baby here.
So Rune is getting pregnant now, a family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the best way to do it, really. Make the guy carry the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Nice.
seems to have
I got
potatoes
no, I
in all
got
of mine.
I think it was a ring. Yeah, we had to make you had to make a ring.
Did you get a ring?
I got a ring.
No.
Or is it a key? I killed it with my fork.
Oh, I didn't
a
put
ring.
key.
That's okay. Yeah, no, so it's a ring. She had to make one out of foil though, so we didn't have it.
She's getting married.
That's right. I'm so sorry, Karl. I'll let you know what if he's a nice guy or not.
Wow, you
Okay.
get the best things.
Yeah,
actually.
well, it's
Yeah.
good that I'll be pregnant. You know it's going to be a shotgun wedding, though.
Yeah.
She's
Because
going to
I'm
be
gonna-
pregnant and married.
No, I'm going to be pregnant first, and then I'm going to get married. It's a shotgun wedding waiting to happen.
Are they tasty?
Yeah.
Very good, Louisa.
Thank you.
Oh, Heidi looks extremely excited about your prognosis over there. Anne says, grandchildren! Ramus says, I think I will stick to the salad. Laugh out loud. You don't want a shotgun marriage?
Wow, you got the best ones. But I forgot to put key. Like for property, you know? That's a shame.
Tea for property.
Key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Key.
So you got tea in it.
She was going to make a little foil key. So if you didn't catch that, if she got the key on there, that would, if you had found a key,
I think I got the
it
string.
would mean you'd buy a house soon or something.
Oh.
Oh, Karl got
Whoa,
string.
You're going somewhere. Vacation.
Show it. There you go.
Nice.
Did you use wool?
I got something in mine. It's
What?
brown and it's pouring out. Is it soy sauce? Vinegar?
You're gonna get diarrhea. He's got his
Sugar.
He's
It's
got,
Ah.
coconut sugar.
Right, sugar, cotton and sugar.
you're gonna get diarrhea.
Okay, now I feel the sugar.
What is he gonna get with the
What
sugar?
does sugar mean?
It's like sweet life. Maybe you will find a girl.
Sweet life and money.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet
So
life
you are
and
going
money
to
is the
marry
best.
Rune and get pregnant, and I'm going to go away.
Who's going to get married?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
No one.
Because Rona and I are gonna get pregnant together, but it's gonna be a shotgun wedding because he's already married. So I don't know how to do that one. That's gonna be tricky. Carl's going on. Well, it was nice knowing you, Carl. And Isak is going to be rich and full of diarrhea. No. What was the sweet one again? What was
Sweet
it?
life.
Sweet life.
It was coconut sugar. That is why it's brown.
Okay.
So it means sweet life.
Yeah.
And this
That's
one
good.
so
Like
far looks the
without,
same.
words,
What did you get
know?
over there,
Yeah.
Louisa? You're being all
I
quiet
didn't
with
get
your.
anything.
You have to have more
No.
dumplings on your plate. The chances are unlimited. I took 4.
Mm.
So far. Oh, I got another silver.
Opa.
Another
Ring
ring.
again?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that is
allowed.
definitely Karl. You need to think about something now.
No, I'm getting married twice. I've been married once.
Wow.
I can't go backwards. I can only go forwards.
So you're going to be super married?
I'm not going to be happy with the first one because it's a shotgun wedding. But then I'm going to do it right the third
Right,
time
I
around.
think I got raisin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Hey, I got more money.
There you go.
It is the racing.
Ah! Now you each have to carry the baby. She got a raisin.
I got money too.
You got more money?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. You got a bigger one.
Yeah, I think this is
So what's the difference between getting a big coin and okay, so this is 1 kroner for those of you who don't know
Yeah.
Norwegian coins.
Yeah.
And this is a 20 kroner.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a 10, it would have little ridges on the side.
Yeah.
So-
It's richer.
He's going to be he's just going to get a little bit of money and then he's going to like reinvest it and get richer.
That's
Okay.
really nice.
I like this
More
plan.
money.
So
Wow.
I'm at a 3 out of 3 here. Now I'm gonna get pregnant, have a shotgun wedding. That's not gonna turn out, so I'm gonna have to get married again. Carl's just gonna tuck tail and run, and these two are gonna have twins.
Twins, that's true.
Well, you each got one now. Yeah, you're both carrying the baby.
That's what we wanted.
Twins is easier. You get it all done at once. It's a pain in the
Yeah,
butt at
actually, I don't
first,
know
but
how
it
it's
pays off
possible.
later.
Oh, maybe you put it one.
Yeah, I put one.
Okay, then it's 3.
These are really good dumplings, by the way.
Really? Thank you. I was very worried.
Yeah, they are.
because it's like first time I made it.
Oh, when I make them, they taste like dough.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to try this again.
Oh, I need to make a photo.
Karen,
I'm looking for
going to have herself I'm gonna have a harem of men laugh out loud.
Oh,
With us or?
it was good.
PJ says I'm reminded of an old advert. It's amazing what raisins can do. All their goodness is all, and it's all for you. And that's so cute. It's very fitting too, actually. And Raymond's still having a salad because he just doesn't have the guts to get pregnant and married twice. So, how many chances did you get over there, Karl? How many dumplings did you take?
5, I think.
5, and you're only going to run away? Did you swallow anything?
No, all the other ones were just full of potatoes, which indicates to me that I'm going to keep banging the Polish girl.
That's okay. I'm going to be cheating on you or somebody with you, apparently. Polish American. Looks like my 4th dumpling. I should probably chew. I got so excited about my dumpling. I think my 4th dumpling is just a regular dumpling, but I think 3 out of 4. Wow.
Wow, that's really cool. Because I was worried that they didn't put enough like things. It was mostly potatoes.
So, what was the percentage of things in there to? When you had a dumpling, how many of them had things in and how many did you make all
I have
together?
pepper in this one.
Oh.
Oh, are you feeling kind of hot to try? I know how those babies are getting made.
It is hot.
Do you taste it?
Yeah.
No, okay. But I see it. I see it.
So is it hot like good looking or you're suddenly going to start stripping?
No, it's some like maybe it's even not so good, but it's like okay, let's see what it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sucks
Babies
going
is
for more
going to come
chances?
anyway.
Mm-hmm. I can make more, right?
Yeah, of course they.
This is
more
actually very good.
This is
Yeah,
really
I
good.
like it.
You sound surprised, Karl.
Really?
Is it because you've been drinking first?
It's probably a Scandinavian thing, but traditional food is basically the food that you give to foreigners to basically get them to freak out.
Well, then you should have some more
I'm
chances
absolutely sure that's the reason behind the Swedish surströmming. And
Karl?
I strongly suspect it's the reason behind the Norwegian lutefisk as well.
Maybe. But you need more money, so go and get some more fortune.
Take.
Before Isak takes it off. You can't let the money leave the country, Karl.
No, but he's not necessarily getting the Toril money. He might be getting money from some other source.
No, well, you won't know. You're going to run away.
Someone got money to you.
He was asking today when we were working what the term is for the beneficiary in a sugar mama relationship.
Runa's gonna have some money too. He's gonna need it.
Oh, you do it
They're gonna have
again.
2 babies
You-
over there.
Do it this way.
Mm.
It's like a spoon side. Because you were doing it.
Yeah, it's...
Ja, blir det snart
It's
baby?
good.
Is Heidi right?
Ja.
Blir det snart baby? Yeah, yeah. Soon there will be a baby. She's asking.
No comments.
And then I have my harem.
You have no harem, but you have a harem.
I have a harem. I'm gonna have a harem. All right, Karl's taking 3 more chances on his future over there.
Nice,
So this
I
is
will take
8th, and all you're gonna do is run away out of 8 chances. Well, you've got a little brown diarrhea in yours too.
There's something brown here. It's...
No,
Maybe it's a
actually-
raisin. Are you gonna give? How many
Yeah.
pregnancies do we have?
Yeah, we put it too.
Sugar.
It's the
Yeah,
sugar.
nice.
A sweet life.
You're gonna have a sweet life? Well, because you're gonna run away from me. That's why.
That might be a raisin, but it's really sweet.
Well, look at the other half. What did you get?
Sugar.
Yes, sugar then.
Yep. Show the
You
sugar
want?
what it looks like inside.
Yes, please.
There you go.
Did you like this?
Yeah.
So it's not diarrhea. It's just
I like
sweet
it too.
life.
I might buy more often
Yeah,
when it's on cheaper price.
quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the sweet thing?
Are you firing blanks over there, or did you? What are you getting?
No, I'm
You're just getting you pregnant.
That's all what I wanted actually to get.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 2 more chances here.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, we eat
Slippery little
everything.
suckers.
Nice.
Yeah, no, this is their filling because of the sour cream too. Okay, you suck. Do you have any more luxury things happening on your
Big
chances?
fat one.
He
That's,
took a big one, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, this was fun. I'm so glad if you didn't do it on the 13th, that we could still talk you into doing it today.
Yeah.
Because for some reason I had it in my head it was the 20th.
Mm.
Oh,
Anything?
I got a blank one. Thank God. I can't handle much more drama in my life.
You got the pepper. You got pepper.
Did I?
No, I don't know.
No, plain one.
Oh, okay.
There's only one pepper, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is no bad news in the dumplings.
There's no
No.
bad news in the dumplings.
We do sometimes in Russia, but I don't want.
Depends on how you feel
What
about
do
your
they
Polish
put in it
future
for bad news?
I like salt.
with the potatoes.
They put
Okay.
salt. Salt is like a lot of like work or like
Okay.
a sad something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get salt?
No,
No.
we didn't put.
Oh,
anything.
no, no sad fortunes here.
No, no. Like pepper, it was kind of like mixed. I'm not sure, but I think it's good too.
I gotta ask if anybody else has this kind of a tradition. I've not had fortune telling food before. This is quite cool.
Oh, it's got
Money.
money.
Oh!
Oh, thank
Yay.
God, he's gonna cut the money and run and have a sweet life. Well, I am over here carrying the bullet and 2. So, I mean, 2 rings. Yes, I'll be married, but one of this is not gonna go well.
You can... I'm going to get you pregnant. Then
No,
Toril,
no, I don't want any more rings.
then Toril is going to give me a raise. And then I go on a vacation.
By yourself and have a sweet life. Just leave the money behind. All right, I'm on my last chance here. I'm going for the potato plain. So far, plain.
Oh,
Hey, I got more money.
Oh my god.
No way! You
What a
got
life.
all my.
What
Oh
a
my god!
year. What a year.
Sweet life.
I have a funny feeling I know who I'm marrying. Well, I gotta have one failed one before I have a good one. I'm just gonna
What
leave,
was that?
gonna leave you with the kid. You can obviously
No, I
afford it.
don't want any.
Take half of my ass.
Did you get another raisin?
No, I don't. I got the road. I don't want.
Oh, you
it.
got, she got the rope.
Let's hope it's to Stavanger.
You wanted India.
It doesn't say where you're gonna travel. There you go. You got the thread in there.
It's to Stavanger or Kristiansand.
We can go together, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. You can take him with you on your journey. Well, you're gonna have to. You're gonna both be pregnant. You're gonna have to hold each other up.
I didn't get any money. That's like true. Real life. I don't get any.
I could sell you a ring.
What kind of money did you get?
He got 20
My
kroner.
last one is plain.
I think that's all the rest of the money.
Yeah, I think so.
There's nothing more to find now.
Maybe.
There's one more.
Yeah, but I...
One more left. Can I take one?
Take it.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Yeah, take it.
No, I'm full. I can't handle any more drama in my life now. So
That was a fat one.
Yeah, maybe I guess.
I'm gonna find out if you have triplets.
No, it was only 3 raisin, I think. Raisin.
But because Runa got one and you got the other, that means it can't be twins. It has to be one each. Boy and a girl, maybe.
Aww. No, I think I want only like 4 boys, I think.
I thought boys would be easier, and I got 2 girls.
Yeah.
Made it through puberty. They're doing fine.
Yeah, no, you're dolls. Your girls are turning out okay.
No, they're turning out just fine. Whoop. There we go. Up, up. All right. Louisa, it's all on you. You got 2 pierogies left here.
Oh.
Or 2 dumplings. Oh,
Oh.
you think
what
you've
do we
got some
A
sweetness?
sweet
Wait,
drive.
no one.
Is it sweet or is it raisin?
So much.
Let's
We
see.
couldn't put so. Okay.
She got a raisin. Now there are twins. Okay, so you're going to have...
More
It's a
kids.
raisin.
Okay, that's.
Thank God the married couple got most of the raisins. I'm the only one going to have committed sin.
I understand who made this dumpling. Only raisin.
Only you didn't think but you put 4 raisins in there
That's a
though,
lot
and
of
you guys
food.
got 3 of them.
That's
So
many kids.
Wow, that's almost the amount we want. Before. Then it's okay. Nice.
and there you go. Anyway, we're at almost minute 100 now. Here soon it's 96. So we've gone overtime. We know everybody's future. Some of us are going to have a little racier futures than others, but and I think you made it out well. Oh, there's a little bit more here.
Sounds pretty much like what I would expect. I'm going to get a small rice. I'm going on a vacation.
Nice.
And we're going to enjoy most of it because I
Yeah?
got the sweet one.
Raymond says Karl's going to run away with the money.
No, he got only 1 krona, so it's okay.
It's only got 1 kroner. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not going to be rich. He's just going to be a little comfortable for a while. For a month. And there was another one here. Max says, I remember one time I was in my session with my therapist, and one of my family members' pets were spying and eavesdropping on my conversation, and I just felt busted. All right. Which pierogi or which dumpling would that be? That might be the salt one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
Sounds like that.
think so. It
Yep.
sounds like your life is just kind of fucking with you.
No, they're the dog anyway. So the dog is the salt. Raymond says
Just
it really did turn out to
imagine.
be a soap opera today. Yeah, because I didn't clean off my lens, so we're in all glamour mode with the fuzz.
I just imagine talking to a therapist and then Fuzzy is just standing in the background going, yeah. I knew it.
There you go, Max. Oh, but anyway, then I'm going to close it because we've been on way over time. I don't know what we're doing next week, but it'll be Saturday, and we'll see who we get.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
And
here.
I'm going to give myself a deadline.
You're going to give yourself
So-
a deadline on your YouTube channel because he's
You
trying to
will
break
see
mine.
the first uploaded YouTube thingy on my channel
You have to make a
within a
channel.
month.
You have
from
to.
now.
Are you going to be able to edit it? You're going to have to edit, and
I think
I see a lot of work in my future.
me and you did a lot of editing, but mostly you.
Yep.
When we did the kindergarten thing
Yeah.
for Guas.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of got it. I think
Yeah, no, you can get. I'll show
I
you how.
need
But
to borrow your brain for a day or two.
yeah, see, it's
but
going to be
after that, I
a lot
can
of work for
probably-
me. No.
I can probably manage on my own.
No, you can do. I will show you how to do it anyway because there's a reason I do it live. No editing,
Also,
really.
unlike her,
Yeah, so
I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't really give a flying duck. So I
Thank
can...
you for kid proofing that one. A flying duck.
The ducks can fly.
Did you hear he tried to break my channel with weapons? So now he's gonna make his own channel to break. He's so proud. Louisa, thank you for cooking. It was really good.
I always welcome.
Yeah, and good luck with the 3 kids. Can I interest you in a ring?
We cannot sell
Don't
you.
marry Louisa, that's just going to make things a lot more complicated.
No, we got drama today. It turned out to be a lot of drama. Ann Decker's here, by the way. She came up there. She said, somewhat reminds me of when the Swedes tried to convince me that it was a traditional way to eat ice cream with only a knife. Do you do that to the Americans?
Did I do that?
Explain your... No.
No.
Anne was an exchange student in Sweden a long, long time ago. Because she's
Right.
she's just a little bit younger than me anyway. you know, when I made the first drink I got in Sweden, the one boring Bordeaux, which I love, came with a a sparkler on it, and so then I was convinced that all drinks came like this in Sweden. Something what you guys are doing.
No, that's not standard.
I like that though. We're gonna have to give somebody ice cream and a knife. Who can we do this to? Robin, when you come visit, we're gonna show you how to eat ice cream with a knife. Okay, anyway, we will see you. Thanks for the laughs, they say too, which by the way. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
The beer's itchy.